going on with you, Cancer? So some of you guys, you could be rethinking. You could be going back to how is it possible that I didn't see this coming? That's the first card that came out. And then I got these over here and then here. I was just practicing, sharpening my skills. But anyways, Cancer, Sun, Moon, rising anywhere in your chart. This could be you or your person, is thinking about you in that way. Like, damn. If this is your person, they're like, why did I do this? If this is you, you could be saying the same thing. But for some of you guys, you're like, wow, I didn't see it coming like that. You could be on this bus right here. You got your bags and everything. A lot of you guys are moving out of town, out of the city, but you're still holding on to this pain. And I feel like, Cancer, for a lot of you guys, if you was going on vacation or you was planning to go on vacation with your other person, it was like a tower moment. I mean, I would at least went on the damn trip, but this fucker, if you were dealing with a male, he said, nah, at the last minute, 16, that equals a 7, something about a 7. And then 4 over here, 74, somebody born on 74th. You got the Hangman, but we do have this right here, and this flew out. The 6 of Swords. This is you moving on, but you still tend to maybe ruminate a little bit. But look, you walked away, and I'm telling you, you could have went on vacation by yourself. Good thing you still did. Look, you didn't know what to expect. But a lot of you guys on this vacation, you really enjoyed this Hangman. You will be. And Cancer, for some of you guys, you could be in this energy like, man, how did I not see this? I mean, it happens to the best of us. Now, for some of you guys, this person, could have been doing magic or some kind of, I don't know too much about that, but the last 2 weeks is like, God, the universe has been putting these, the Spanish version of that, la madre, the love spells and everything, but the symptoms. And I went back and I was in this energy. You might be doing the same thing. Like, man, like the symptoms, I could feel it. I could remember the way I was feeling. And I kind of knew it was that, but we tend not to believe in that. I didn't believe in that crap, and it did. Look, somebody worked. There was 3 people working up against you. Look, it's like they didn't want you to climb up the ladder. So the good thing is, Cancer, for a lot of you guys, this 10 of Swords, the way I'm seeing this card, you're not afraid, in other words, to tell people, yeah, I got betrayed, and what, bitch? That's what I'm hearing. I'm channeling. You have this attitude, like it happens to the best of us. When you have your heart out there, especially if they're doing that BS, magic and all that. Yeah, look, because this fell down and it could have been Empress. For some of you guys, I hate to tell you, but I gotta tell you what this card, it felt like this on the tower when we were talking. For some of you guys, it could have been, mira, otra pinche carta se cayó. Yeah, it could have been a mother figure. This could have been your counterpart. For some of you guys, it was both. Look, they were sending you a demon. If you're wondering why your man left, look, there was already a demon. Already, assigned or attacked. But look, see the demon, this person, let's say, for my ladies, your man took off with somebody else. There was a lady that was maybe put magic on him. And see how this could be a person in the background, a friend or whatever, or it could be an entity. But it's almost like she's signaling what is he seeing, what is he texting. This could also be like spyware, but you were dealing with somebody that was a little evil. Could have been a Capricorn. I mean, that's Capricorn card, and look, I'm telling you, look. For some of you guys, this person was trying to spy. If you're a male listening to this, you could have felt it. Could have felt it. 15, somebody born on the 15th, or that's a number 6. And for a lot of you guys, if it could have been that if you're a lady or you're a man watching, the devil couldn't do nothing towards you. I'm starting to burp. Oh my God. See, they were trying to put you to sleep. They didn't want you to, they don't want me telling you. But you wear it, Ida. Even though you could have been left out in the cold. Nomás con el pinche caballo, this could have been a dog or a cat or something. But I mean, look, you gotta, if this was your vehicle, it's like, man, you don't even know how to change a tire. Or you're dealing with somebody that doesn't know how to change the tire. If you're a female, of course you're not gonna know. But some of you bitches know. Yes, you were raised out here. You guys had a good father, figure or something like that. You had strength to overcome the challenges of the world. And Cancer, this is you right here. Look, Queen of Cups. This could be something you're remembering. You're going back. I'm telling you, these two cards right here. Look, you could be thinking back, man, everything that, and this could be even in your childhood. You know, maybe you lived out in El Rancho, like, you know, like us. We were over there and we had a horse and we, you know, pinche carro, you know, those little, like a wagon. But this is something, it's like for a lot of you guys, you could have felt, what do they call it? Powerless. And it could be Cancer, you were dealing with a Leo or something. It's like they could have felt big as hell, you know. It's almost like I'm picking up where you could have been at your lowest. You could have been going through something. This could be a parental figure. This could be an ex, this whatever, lover, you know, man or woman. But you're remembering, like, man, I can't believe this person put me through this. And it's almost like they went with somebody else. You know, they could have caused a commotion and everything to make it look like you were insane. But behind the scenes, they were talking behind your back. They planted this. And you could be right here in this energy. And if you're not, this person could have had it on. What I'm hearing, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, anywhere in your chart. If this was you one time, guess what? Your person is dealing with that. You know, how you get them is how you lose them, is what I'm hearing. So this person could have thought they got one over you, but as time goes by, you stay focused, you stay true to the game. I'm hearing it's like, hey, if you did it, you know, they did it to you, but they did it out of revenge. That's the difference. There's a difference, you know, when you all of a sudden, was Cupid fires you or they do witchcraft, what do you do? That's what I'm hearing. This channel message. But when you do it out of spite, it's different. That's revengeful, especially with this. I mean, hell, I'm picking up on somebody they could have tried to destroy. It's not just say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna leave you. You know, because for a lot of you guys, you're able to communicate and understand. Hey, you know what? We just ain't getting along. Let's go 50-50. Vámonos. Even though, you know, when you started with me, it wasn't like that. But I'm picking up on, and this could be, look, 6, that's 16, that's 7, that's 11. This could have been your twin flame, but you're okay. And if they left you and they threw you out, you could be a lady. They left you out and they gave you a beat up car, you know, that, look, it's not going nowhere. But they were watching you struggle, man or woman, at this case. For a lot of you guys, this is you not seeking revenge. You're looking back and I can't believe they left me like that. But some of you guys are going to start to understand that it wasn't always, whether you want to believe it or not. This, whatever we're going through, or whatever betrayals, whatever happened to you, that could have, you know, business partner could have left you out in the cold. You know, somebody, you could have been living with a roommate and all of a sudden they fall in love and they don't need you no more. And you're like, what? And you need the other half of the rent, but they, you know, they went off with somebody else and it could have caused a tower. Like, how the hell am I going to afford this? You know, el pinche rancho or an apartment or whatever, you know, it makes you, you know, not even warning you, hey, in 2-3 months, no, this person could have went. If this is like a roommate you had, no, they took off and they did it out of jealousy. For a lot of you guys, you know, you could have been climbing the ladder. We saw a ladder in here, look. And they didn't like the success. Look, you were reaching peak. You were climbing up the ladder is what I'm hearing. And for a lot of you guys, look, with the 2 of Wands right here, you could have been looking to go in a different direction and you could have had somebody that didn't want you. If this is, like I said, a lover or spouse or even a parent, they didn't want you to leave. They wanted you to be there, or, you know, because you were the good luck. Yeah. But they'd rather see you like this. And for a lot of you guys, you could be in this energy like, man, should I go? Should I come? Or, you know, should I seek revenge? Because that's what I'm picking up because of this heartbreak. But if you really pay attention, look, I like this card. This is a person right here, very mature. You're looking back and you're like, really? You had to go that low? Like you had to really hit me where it hurts? If this is a man and they left you like this, not to judge and everything, because everybody has their mission to come here, you know, and it's a karma that we got to deal with. It's how we handle it. And if this person chose to do it, maybe in another lifetime, you could have done them dirty. Not maybe in this lifetime, but in another lifetime, you could have done them dirty. So it depends on how you react. You know, it depends on the future. In this world, in this spiritual journey, man, this either connect with God or seek revenge and cause another tower, and then it's like this. Somebody could die, lose their life or something. But I see a lot of you guys in this energy, and this is somebody with control of their emotions. See, the river is deep, and you're looking back like, all right, I'm gonna leave it to God. And for some of you guys, I would say, hey, for some of us, including me, we could be like, oh, God, when is it gonna happen? But it's none of our business, to be honest. None of our business. If you really shift, and it's important. 1, 2, 3, 4. When I said this, it's very important that you really face it. Like if you gotta cry, if you gotta really look back, go deep. Like check your emotions. What did I need to learn? And it could be something from childhood. You could have seen that, and you could have been filling a void. You could have been with this person, and you don't even know how you got married. This could have been a guy that could have done witchcraft, and you're wondering, like, man, you could have been like Shallow Hall, where my ladies, you're looking, and this guy looks like he's 6'2", and he's only like 5 foot. Gordo, I see it, but you see him all fine, and they keep warning you. If you're a man, the same thing. Now, for some of you guys, it doesn't matter how it looks, how either one of you look, because you could have met a perfect person that was meant for you, and you could have been with somebody that tricked you into being with a person, with them. Now, for some of you guys, it could have been a family, that you went out one time and maybe you snuck out, and they were like, no, you got to marry. Why? Because you touched her hand or his hand, or I mean, if you put it in there and you got them pregnant, well, that's a different story. For some of you guys, you barely even kissed them. You probably grabbed the hand and they got you married. It was planned. And you're thinking back, because for some of you guys, you could have left. You could have left because you didn't want to deal with your strict parents. And look, and here you are. Should I stay with the old one or should I go with the new one? It could be the other way, fellas. You have 2 women and they're just playing you. And you could be like, damn, man, these 2 people just playing around. After a lot of you guys, you saved them. You were Captain Saberho or Captain Bill the Bear, and you're thinking back like, why? I'm telling you, you were in this energy. And even if you're in the doghouse, like if they kicked your ass out, you're thinking like, man, how did that shit happen? You didn't even see it coming. And you're looking at the papers and you were this close to getting your immigration green card. And you're like, fuck. Some of my fellas, even my ladies, are like, damn, I was giving them a pinche blowjob every day. And for my fellas, you're like, man, you were extra nice even though they were abusive, because the date was coming and you were parándote los huevos because you needed the papers, fucker. The Knight of Wands, and then somebody else came along and said, you don't need, they want you just for the papers. Some of you guys, you did it, but the way they were acting, you were like, this person's abusing me. And you could be thinking, because look, it's almost like it was planned out, and that's the truth. Look, it's like the truth is they wanted your control of your mind. They wanted to knock you off, man or woman. They're like, nah. They want you in this energy. They didn't want you to know nothing. Picking up on a Cancer that you were dealing with somebody that really crushed you. You're looking at this tower moment, look, and you're reminiscing. For a lot of you guys, you're reminiscing on how they left you with nothing. For some of you guys, you were lucky to get at least some kind of suitcase. Some of you guys, nada. They could have even took your kids away. And look, behind it all, they wanted you to struggle. What they didn't want you to have is this, to have a connection with your kids, man or woman. Because there's some men that'll take the kids away from the ladies, man. And they didn't want you to have this. They didn't want you to have love. The 10 of Cups. For some of you guys, they were furious. They are still. For some of you guys, they're still. They won't admit it. They could have went to the judge. For some of you guys, you didn't even get to even speak or nothing. And that's fucked up. Number 11. But that card also fell out behind this card. I don't know. For some of you guys, to me, this is like the moon card. You don't know shit. Look, I ain't trying to give you. But your faith is what keeps you moving forward. That's your card, Cancer. The number 7 I said earlier, huh? Yes, that's your month. Look, with the Queen of Wands, you're moving forward. What you don't know, and a lot of you guys, you have faith, but I'm hearing like blind faith. What does that mean? Is like no matter how everything looks around, you can still move forward. And I'm telling you, this is, look at this lady. Man, I'm gonna keep moving forward. I'm glad I didn't give up. This lady's in luxury. She might not be the Empress, but she's heading that way. Look, with the Queen of Cups. wearing green, her heart chakra is open. Some of you guys were dealing with somebody that, if this was a person that they wanted, hey, it's my way or the highway, you know, ice cold or everything. This Queen of Cups, look, remembering, not knowing exactly what's coming, not knowing exactly when justice is going to be in their favor, but look, remembering to stay in this Nine of Cups. You being in the Nine of Cups, meaning you happy. You don't need nobody. You could be out in the pool. Of course, they're going to be looking at you. Some of you guys don't cover up that. Other guys, I mean, like that. But you ain't worried. A lot of you guys, man or woman, for my fellas, you out here laying down, and even though you can lay the pipe down, you're like, I'm dedicated to God, the universe. I'm trying to heal. Mm-hmm. Most guys are gonna jump on it, you know, put a notch on the belt or on the headboard or whatever. But a lot of you guys, you know there's a greater purpose. Mm-hmm. Now, if we fall into temptation, man or woman, some of you guys in the pool house, I see it back there. Nah, yeah, have me a little quickie. No, be careful. This person's like, I'm just playing. Hey, even a blowjob is still, and this is for educational purpose. It's still, they're like, no, I just gave him a hand job. No, that's still the Eight of Pentacles, okay, and Temperance. That's why this person's like, no, I'm too busy. Because for some of you guys, you have probably somebody from your past that, even though they, I mean, no tienen los huevos, man or woman, they don't have the balls to come back. They did you dirty. How are they going to come back and tell you, hey, I'm sorry? They're sitting in this energy. And if they're not there yet, they will, because what you put out, what you do to somebody is going to come back. Mm-hmm. Especially if you took advantage, like you did it. If somebody hurt you to gain and you didn't fight back, not even in court, people don't understand. Like, if you're spiritual and if you believe and you trust in God, you are going to be, yeah, you're going to defend yourself. I understand. But for a lot of you guys, it's a spiritual law. And that's worse. Mm-hmm. Look, with the Five of Cups, you could have been sitting here like, wanting to defend yourself, and people asking. For some of you guys, like I said, you didn't have the ability. This could have been over, you know, COVID or something. There wasn't really any process. It was everything quick, and some of you guys could have landed in jail or for false accusations. You were close. Some of you guys, you weren't lucky. You had to spend time, and imagine. Woo-hoo. Mm-hmm. With this Five of Wands, this person's gonna be running when karma comes after them, because a lot of people could have believed this person. And I'm not saying, Cancer, you were perfect. You could have had flaws if you were going through witchcraft, and that's still no excuse. But if they were altering, you know, because some people could have been trying to set you up. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, look, they were trying to set you up. They didn't want you to manifest. They didn't want you to have love nowhere else. For some of you guys, this could have been somebody that was spiteful. Mm-hmm. They wanted you in the Eight of Swords. Look, justice is looking at me, and it fell right on top of this 1, 2, 3. It says right here, good luck. Mm-hmm. It says you are on the right track. Someone from the other side has your back and encourage you to try your best. You will succeed. And communicate clearly. Be sure that everything will fall into peace. Like, Cancer, for a lot of you guys, I feel that you're manifesting this justice. This could have affected your love life. This Ten of Pentacles, look at this family. A lot of you Cancers, this person that could have did you wrong, or this family, they don't have this happiness. You brought this happiness. You brought this joy. You brought this good luck. Mm-hmm. Look at the King of Swords. You're sitting on top, and it's almost like you look at things from a higher perspective. Cancer, you could be telling these people, look, this feel like this on this over here says take action. They're expecting you to take action, but they're not seeing it. But it's happening up there. And a lot of you guys could be moving in silence. Maybe you're not moving like they want you to move, and that's all right. You could be listening to the divine. Mm-hmm. This is a call to action to move forward. The sooner you get going, the sooner you will accomplish what you set out to do. Those with patience will eventually reap the rewards in their perseverance. You're taking action, and look, I posted it. Did I post it? The one where it was 1101, the angel number. This is one. 011. It's like the opposite. Go check it out on the community tab. There's an action you're taking, but you're taking it. And this is something that maybe God is, your angels, your ancestors, they're cloaking it. And you're not coming at it you're not doing it out of spite. A lot of you guys are, whatever situation you dealt with right here, these two were, you didn't seek revenge. You could have said like, man, should I have done revenge? Had I got them back? Because a lot of you guys could have. I mean, man or woman, you could have came in and it could have been some of you guys carry or loaded packing. And the judge could be looking at you like, this person's not fighting. Some of you guys, they didn't give you an opportunity. Again, they want me to say that. And if they're surveillancing you, you ain't doing shit. Look, you're heartbroken. A lot of you guys are healing. You can see the peace back here. And the judge could be looking like, now for a lot of you guys, some of you guys are because of the injustice you've seen other people go through, maybe a lot of you guys that are going through this, it's almost like it's pushing you in a different career. You guys might be those people that go help other people with injustice. But I'm picking up on a female that is going to be either an attorney or could be a judge and is really going after the women that, even men, that take advantage of their partner when it comes to money, putting them in jail. For some of you guys, even to have them underground. Yeah, like a three-party situation just to get everything. Oh, we're going to remodel. It's like taking advantage, destroying a person's reputation and everything. This, some of you guys, you've been praying for justice. And God's seen it all. That's why a lot of you guys have been having a hard time when it comes to love. A lot of you guys, you're not manifesting love. Maybe somebody's trying to manifest love back, This could be a Queen of Pentacles. This could be, this is somebody a little bit older. We had the Queen of Cups, right? So some of you guys could be, there could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, that could be trying to manifest you. You could have been the one that got away. This person could have some money. You could, if this is a person that you guys separated, they still think about it. You could have had a family with them. Or you were supposed to. This person could be dreaming like, wow. Or this could be somebody coming in. Somebody has their eye on you. That's the truth. They seen you struggle. Cancer. Look underneath the Chariot. They seen you struggle. You think they didn't see you, but they did. And if this was a Cancer, if this was another water sign, see, if this person was watching you, look, they were seeing. It's almost like people, even maybe this judge was watching how somebody turned their back. This is a person that could have claimed they built the shit from the ground up, and it was all your reputation. It was all you. This man, the judge. How the judge going to believe this man built all these hair salons? I mean, there are some men that build it, but maybe you don't look like this person. The person you were married to, if you're a lady, the judge is looking like, this person doesn't look like he knows about nails and hair and all that. I mean, if it's the other way around, the judge is looking into this lady, into your person. If you're a male, what the hell do you know about construction or, taco trucks and distribution and fucking rancho with a bunch of bulls and, maybe how to cook, but, the judge could be like, man, and I'm talking about for some of you guys, could be a business that, that had generation. So you could be dealing with somebody that really destroyed your family. Or this could be somebody that you're watching. Could be your cousin that's going through this. Could be, uncle, a friend, who knows? But best believe it, if it's not a judge here, it's somebody from up there, and they're like, man, if this was somebody, like, this could have not been romantic. It could have been, a sibling with your person. I know that's right. All right, put a business in my sister's and my ex's name. So you could be dealing with that. And a lot of you guys, look, with the Eight of Pentacles, you get to work. It's almost like you have the Midas touch. And it's not that. I'm hearing is that God gives you, he gives you everything. A lot of you guys are very grateful. People don't believe how much you care about God. And a lot of you guys, look, you could have been on your own and you're looking which way and you're just waiting on God to give you a download. All right, if I got to live out here for a while, I'm going to do it. Some of you guys, that message that I put with like the movie of Jesus, some of you guys have been through hell. And the fact that you stay loyal to God, that you don't harden your heart, you don't understand the blessings and how God gets mad, how people treat you, especially when you were there to help them. And I'm not saying Cancer, because I'm not perfect. I could have been an asshole, but to put them in a tower the way they could have done you, you probably didn't do that. You no. Look, there was this person. Watch, see those 3 9s? It's the 4 swords, but look how this person, either you or a person's looking like, man, how? And they're hiding. This person could be hiding, like looking at it from a different perspective. This card, this person could be, it's almost like I could be placing, how could you have did that backstab them? And they're having to look. Like if they go to sleep, they're dreaming, they're waking up. And for some of you guys, until they look, this is true, until they forget, because for a lot of them, what they did to you, it wasn't right. I'm not saying that, like I said, I don't know. I picked up, you could have been, you weren't, in a separation, it's never a good thing. Like, somebody's going to get hurt at the end of the day. Everybody gets hurt when there's immaturity. And it could have came from both of you guys. I know when I did it, you could try your best, but you can't make another person do, or understand, hey, we got to do a certain way. No, a lot of people can fall into insecurity. How am I going to do it? And then there could be somebody right there. We could do this and that. Leave him, leave her, convincing them to fuck you over. And then they fuck them over. Excuse my language, but you could have warned them. For a lot of you guys, you have gifts. That's why if you don't allow the devil to really get in your head about this revenge, it. God had showed you. A lot of you guys, you knew you had to move in a different direction. You just didn't know when. Mm-hmm. And yes, it hurt. I mean, imagine you having to leave. I mean, I'm picking this up. Imagine you have a family, but they didn't want to follow you because one of the partners, whoever you are, you could be the man or the female, they didn't want. They wanted to hang on to the material. Maybe you brought a lot of money. Who knows? And they wanted that luxury, and they weren't willing to let go and trust you or trust really God. If this was another person, for some of you guys, you could have ended up alone. You didn't get the one you were leaving, nor the one that supposedly was going to be with you. You guys could have had a man that said, yeah, if you leave him, I'm here for you. No, they just wanted to crush. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Look, the 4 wands. They just wanted to crush, to destroy your family. And for a lot of you guys, I'm picking up, you could be in this energy. You see this person? This person ain't seeking revenge. This could be the inner child looking back, or this could be even a child understanding, like, really, man, mama was right, dad was right, either way. But this person is understanding why, because they're watching you. A lot of you guys think you have to defend yourself. You have to go and seek validation. No, look, this is what happened. No, you don't got to do nothing. When they do you dirty and you trust in God, give it to God and allow him to align you, because he's going to heal you first. And then he's going to put you on your purpose, and you're going to help tremendous people. Well, how? By the way you're going to heal, the way you're still going to love. And you're not going to speak to hurt nobody. That's up to them, because we're not in control of anybody else's emotions. You're in control of yourselves. That's it. But the way you talk is to help others. You're not going to do it. At least that's not the whole point. Look, you're going to get your justice. You're going to speak it like a testimony. Who? To help the younger generation so they can handle a heartbreak like this. This is for our younger generation. When you teach them, hey, you know what? You're going to fall, and somebody's going to break your heart. And for some, if you're lucky, they might even leave you out in the street. Why do you say lucky? Because the more they hurt you, the greater the blessing, if you know how to handle it. A lot of us, we weren't equipped for it. Our parents were young. They didn't really want us. They were in the back of the fucking Chevy right there. And they created us. They weren't really ready, but they were forced to marry. You know, imagine that. You come out to the world, and then they were teenagers too. For a lot of you guys, your parents were teenagers. You know, you were taking care of taking care of the siblings. Or some of you guys, you got traumas as a young kid, man or woman, and it caused you to leave at a young age your house, whether you ended up in the in the streets or marrying somebody just for the abuse to go there just to get out the house. It was worse. You had to hold back. You couldn't tell them. But a lot of you guys, they didn't have no compassion. No, you wanted that. Orale. And imagine the trauma you didn't expect. It. Some of you guys married different age. It could have been horrible. For some of you guys, this is what we need to teach them. This is somebody, you know what? I'm gonna handle this heartbreak. We're here to help other people. See, even the sun's coming out. This is somebody. If this is you looking after watching this video. You're looking back and you're like, you know what? That makes sense. I'm here to overcome that shit, man. That shit was hard. Damn. But I still have my heart. It's almost like you're pulling the energy back and you're saying, bitch, give me my energy back. Give me my heart back. You can't get anything back, other than your energy, your love. You gave it freely. And that's one thing. I'm picking up Cancer. They'll never find anybody that's going to love them like you. And it's showing right there because you're pulling your energy. You're going to leave them. You're going to bless them with the moments, the happiness. For some of you guys, even the materialistic things, you keep it, enjoy it. Because they won't have it. They won't have it. They're going to be in this energy themselves. Look, with the 8 of Swords. Looking and checking their bank account, and all of a sudden, and look, the King of Wands. You're gonna have this success. You're gonna be going. It's for some of you guys. You're gonna get your motivation, your ambition back. It might be in a different direction. It might not be, where they're expecting it. That's why it's important. Trust God. Trust the process. You don't need to do chaos magic or let me shrink his pecker. Fuckers, you imagine us? We're over here. And then if we're already little, then you want to shrink it? Fuck. You're going to... No. You learn how to put this to rest. Look. See this person? The only reason, man or woman, let's say this is the man you got hurt, or this is the person that wasn't able to come to you because, their ex put him in jail and your plans failed with this guy. This person, if you're a lady watching, you're wondering, well, this person, I wasn't really the side piece, but he was supposed to come. For some of you guys, you were meant to be there, but this person had to go through a process. The 13 is death. This is rebirth, like going through it. And for some of you guys, you could have called it quits, like, fuck that. Motherfucker's going through a lot. Why? Because you could have seen them here. And both of you guys, look, could have been in this energy. There's a lost. There's the Queen of Cups coming here. But look, there's going to be a Scorpio. But a lot of you guys, you don't fear death. I don't think people believe how much you face death. You're like, look, I thought I was supposed to go over there. But no, look, the Ace of Pentacles. As soon as you walk away from these memories, this hurt, this pain, this thing that keeps you up at night, and you heal, you get into this. A lot of you guys just meditation and, chingo de silent shit, and you're going to look when you start to heal. I'm telling you, Cancer, a lot of you guys, you're going to be healing other people. You're going to give them their spark back. The 3 of Cups, a lot of you guys, when the tables turn, I don't even think you're going to be looking. Your energy is going to be radiating. You're going to be, with the top down, man or woman. And look, the devil's is just on a different mission. For some of you guys, you can be thinking like, man, was I not stupid enough? The devil was trying to tell you too. Now, for some of you guys, this could have been a Capricorn. Could have been like, I'm telling you, bro, she is, fucking on OnlyFans or something. You could laugh about it. For a lot of you guys, you're going to bring this creativity. You're going to use what happened to you, and you're going to laugh. That's why I put that one with Burt Reynolds and the sheriff. If you watch the movie, if you know about it, because we watched it as kids, it's like this woman was going to get married to Junior. For some of you guys, you have a sibling like that. Man or woman, I'm hearing. Yes, look, if you're fucking running somewhere to do something, they want to fucking do it better than you. And you're like, fuck. I'm telling you, for some of you guys, I'm picking up, you didn't even live at the house. Maybe, I'm telling you, you could have been troublesome. Go listen to that song from Tupac, I'm hearing. And you could have spent a lot of this moving from place to place, and it could have been dark, but You, my Cancer, always found light in darkness. With the King of Pentacles, look. Oof. I don't know, Cancer. For a lot of you guys, look. I'm telling you, with these two here, the way I'm seeing it, some of you guys, God is going to give you so many plans on how to help other children. You're going to inspire them. For a lot of you guys, this Nine of Wands, it's almost like you're leading people up out of the door. A lot of you guys, it's the way you bring somebody's in, the way you bring many people's inner child, like, to heal, is amazing. All right, that's what I got for you, Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, anywhere in your chart.